It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Dak Prescott. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Cowboys and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They've been in a great group, winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
The 24-yard line.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. You look at this Cowboy defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the number 1 overall offense in the league.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Lewis to return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ronald Jones with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So Miami coming out for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it.
And he's going to go down again. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. On the return, here comes Lewis. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They clinched the top spots to the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, and make room for them and put them both in uniform.
Well, Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jake Ferguson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Dolphins, nothing.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
They're right here.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 33 and a 1st.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll dump this off to Achane. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Gaskin. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes us forward for about 6. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks, 89 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the 1st quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Tua going to throw. Another catch there for Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Tua sets up to pass it. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
On second down, a run by Achane. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Osa Odighizuwa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. This is taken at the 15. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's
and this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to add on to that lead. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Aubrey now for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Braxton Berrios selecting to bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. In motion left is Wilson. Achane gets it from the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for him?
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Fielded at about the 28. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with teams jockeying for position, one thing we do know already, they're all set. They've got the #1 seed in their back pocket with still 2 games to go.
And that gives you a chance to experiment a little bit as well. It doesn't mean that you just have wholesale changes, starters don't play. I'm not talking about strictly that. I'm talking about guys who maybe haven't played enough during the year, or you want to see them in different spots. You know, can that running back split out and catch the football a little bit as you head to the playoffs? Maybe you run a few plays to put them on tape and make your opponents watch them and say, oh, we got to prepare for that. A lot of ways they can go, knowing that they own the #1 spot.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And now their hill to climb has gotten taller. They had the safety last time they had the football. That led to the touchdown a moment ago. So that deficit going in the wrong direction as they try to right the ship here. 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Micah Parsons able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. That result really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. An inside give to Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes,
or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Prescott. Into the hands of Hendershot. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Prescott now. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the route is on here in this first half.
Dolphins, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now 2nd and 5. A run straight ahead with Achane. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Micah Parsons. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. Let's take it at around the 40. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Brandon Cooks and the Cowboys offense back out there. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to
rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Prescott. There again is Cooks, complete. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys have widened the gap now to 50 points. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you...
A chance hit, and the ball is held. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
What's the deal, y'all?
Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Tua. Osa Odighizuwa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those?
Gets through, and now an opening. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 132 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. They try to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on 4th and short. They got the defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and had the guts to go for the pass instead. And as a result, they're set up 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ronald Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Aubrey now for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was the Jets who were able to come away with the win at home. Corey Davis, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Travis Etienne with a touchdown run. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. DJ Moore, a touchdown reception. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. And he had a short touchdown run last series, 4 carries, good yardage as well. Pretty good all around, really, Charles.
It was, because think of the drive that created all of that, right? The ability to carry the football, the ability to see holes that were created for him, even able to pat the wide receivers on the back and say, thanks, guys, for the help, and finishes it off with that short touchdown run. I can't wait to see what they do in the next drive and the next series, because I want to see how the defense adjusts.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide, as they've established already.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson. Now a stoppage here, as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 38 yards. And the Cowboys have got it on cruise control. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away. And no chance to get away, as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Lewis. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not shoot.
To a hit, and the ball is out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken right around the 44. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
One back in the game. That's Jones. 2nd and goal. To throw is Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys just continue to roll. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Dolphins, nothing.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Dolphins getting set to go here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to pass. Tua. Forced out under pressure again, and down he goes again. Mozzie Smith in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Micah Parsons in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Man, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Taking on the midfield logo. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
Dallas returns on offense, and among the weapons, Michael Gallup at wide receiver.
Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, your former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays, so let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
160 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Miami's offense set and ready to go. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling. To a hit, and the ball is out. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Taking it about the 36. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. 3rd quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Now Prescott on 4th down. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's taken down inside the 30. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the 1st.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Peyton Hendershot, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Tagovailoa are going to try and throw on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Tua going to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Miami Dolphins.
Here's Tua. And a completion to Wilson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Cowboys' 36-yard line.
Go ahead.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Going right back to Wilson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready.
Tua now on first down. Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 14. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Tua on the bootleg here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Micah Parsons in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Tua. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Lewis. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
One bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now a first down carry by Jones. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 202 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Up the middle, Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. A give to Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 4. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here's Prescott. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
All right.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. They'll set up the screen here to Gaskin. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Odighizuwa. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. One final try for Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing.